Hello, this is Liz with Crafty Devotion. I hope you are still being inspired by all of the tips and tricks that I've been teaching you and showing you. Some of them you may know, some of them you may not know, because some of them I just came up by myself, like the making of how I make these flowers here. I made this up. I'm like that. But it doesn't mean that it's unique because it's possible that somebody else, had done that before. Sometimes some things come to us to creative people that are the same. But everything I've been doing, I basically just messed with things and created things myself. So you've probably seen a doily like this. This is a pink one, and I actually purchased it this color. This one is not dyed. And this one, I used this pink one in my Easter cross. You can look at my Easter cross tutorials. Anyway, and I actually use this to make two flowers. And this is all I did, just like I showed you before. I used this part and I created, look how pretty it makes a cute little flower, of which I placed like this on the side. Gorgeous, cute. And then this one right here, I actually just used, I wanted to bring the same color in, so it really worked well for me to just use this to bring the color in. And I want, sometimes you're trying to get like the colors to blend, and all I did was fold it like that, and look at a cute little flat flower. Look, I just made these pieces touch together, and then I really just folded it in half, and it looks just like a little rosette. Okay, I wanted to show you this because these two doilies are exactly the same. This one I stretched, this one I didn't. And like I said, sometimes you want to leave it nice and scraggly so you can make yourself a little flower like this. Okay. Other times you want to make it large so that you can use it possibly as a lace, or the bottom, if you have a lot of them, to make a very large flower. Just wanted to show you that. I'm not going to be making very much more lace because I think you guys get the gist of that lace. Instead, we're going to make these into flowers. Let's see. I think I'm going to just use this one because I have a lot of it. Okay, so I showed you how to make a flower, and we use this as a base for another one. And I'm going to show you the simple little, this is really thick doily, and something I discovered. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 petals. Fold it up, make 3 of them meet together, and the other 2 meet like that. And then you'll have 3 in the center, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the outside. And it looks a lot like a daffodil. Okay, so that's just one way of using this. Now, I'm going to make, the other one we did a lot of folding, and we actually made it kind of thick and fluffy. And this one I'm going to try to make it more narrow. I'm just going to fold these in half and glue them together here. And my goal is to make a flower. You could fold these things different ways. If you're using fabric to make something like this, then you might want to fold it differently. If you're using doilies, depending on how much fullness you want on your doily, well, depends on how you use it. So here, I could, if I want, make it this very thick see if I can get this up towards you. So this is my first layer, and then I can use these to make it another layer. Now, sometimes I'll fold them. This is where I put the glue, and I'll fold it this way, which will make it kind of full. And I'll actually put the glue right there where the fold was. And I think that's what I'm going to do this time. But all open. You can drop a pearl in there if you wish. I've done that before. And you can leave it like this. You can place this on top. Or, here's my little lavender one. And you can see how darn full that got by doing it this way. It's a small little one, kind of like I made the other one. But we used all the same one and gave it tons of dimension. And I learned how to make these from, I still think it's Fiona Jennings, because she has several videos out, and I got into shabby chic when I decided I wanted to try to learn how to make flowers, but I had been sick. But you can see how right here, how these do not, because they're not overlapped, that they could be open here. So you might want to make sure you glue and down in there, just to make sure they stay together. And she does them all kinds of ways, and I've watched many people, but she's the one who comes to mind when I really understood it. And she is also a crafter that, put a little glue in there. And you can decide if you want this to lay flat or you want to give it dimension, like I do when I do this to it. I use something to make it pop up. I need to find another center. You can place it on top of another one to make it larger. Do you see that? And this is a perfect one because it has beautiful on the outside, but here in the center it's very plain. So it would be the perfect one to add to it. See? Makes it a lot larger. Now I need to use this in a project. I have taken flowers that are already made and dipped them in tea and tea dyed the entire thing. Okay, I have another way for you to make a flower. Now I have this doily here, and we're going to make, I taught you how to make them like this, right? And that's a different flower, but I want to learn to show you to make a different one. What I did was I took my scissors and I'm going to cut all the way along the center. I'm going to show you how I did it. I took out the little small one right there. I'm going to take it off. I just took off the little small one. Okay. Hole. I'm going to use you can take off the small one or you can use these right here, but I wanted to use, I'm going to sew it with my wire, and I'm going to use these holes right here where I'm going to sew into. Let's just see, in, just going in and out, in and out. Okay. Remember, you do not need to use a wire. You can use a needle and thread. Okay, so now I'm going to take the wire and tighten this all up. Okay. Tight, 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 tight. Okay. And now, just like you would if you made a doily flower, you just even it out. Let me cut this off. You don't need it anymore. Even out your ruffle till it's the way you want it. There you go. Then I like this one because it lets all this color come through. And then I found those green ones that were dyed. Put the green one on top, and then the bling. Or here's another one. It's too big. Need something smaller. This one here. There we go. That is a perfect size for this size flower. There you go. So you can make something like that. You took that doily that looked like this, changed it to this, and you can still layer this one on top. You can see how you can just keep on layering. But what I like about this is that you see every single one of these beautiful doilies. That was one way to layer. Now I'm going to show you with this one, the same thing. We cut it, but we left some holes. If you're afraid this is going to come apart, you can always use some glue around the edge. But I'm going to go in and out here. I think I'm going to do every two. And this time I couldn't find my wire. And then I thought, oh, why don't I show them how to use something else? This is one of my hairpins, which I almost always have one, and a piece of my yarn or cotton thread, the big thick one for doily making actually. It's similar to what they would have used to make this doily. And I'm just going to go in and out. And you can do this only because the holes are big. You can't always do this. Okay, I got all the way to the end. Ah, I almost pulled it all out. That's not good, Liz. I was trying to get one thread. Okay, there we go. Here we go. So now, just like you would any ruffle, you ruffle it up We can go all the way as tight as we can and see if we like it that way. Just going to put it like that and hold it. Now, doing it as tight as I can, it does give you a nice little ruffle, but it also gives you a lot of bulk down here. So I want it to just be flat. I'm going to hold it down and then make it tight and snug. And then just even it out. How gorgeous is that? So when it's something like this, I would probably go lift up every couple or so. Just give it a nice spin so it's as full as you want it to look. And that gives it some dimension. And here we go. Now we built on this flower. I think I might not want that one. Instead, I'll use this one. Yeah. See how pretty that is? Isn't that gorgeous? So this is only doilies, using doilies. And you can see how you can add dimension. And the reason why I took this one off is because when I put this one on, I'll show you. You can't see this beauty so much. Look how much it covers. So I'd rather, this one is not as detailed as this one is. Beautiful. So you could go this way if you want to put it underneath. That you can do. Or you can do it the other way too, but this is my preferred way of, when I make my flowers, I really like to see the beauty of that doily. And you can see this doily as well as this one, which is just the tea dyeing that brings this one out because it's a pretty plain kind of a doily. And then this one, you can see it because it brings that color forward. But even if this one, like instead of this one, we could use this. That one might still give us some color. You can still see the edges. See that? But I do like this one better. So this is why I choose to do it my way. And I think I really like this. I'm not sure if I want the bottom one, but I really like it. So I'm actually going to glue it. This one. So these right here, I just started making these. They were from, I was watching the Craft Room. Amy Love. She's the first one I knew. And they were talking about making these, and I just found such an easy way to make these. And it may be a future tutorial, but look how pretty it looks. And that's that I have a lot of pre-made bling that are gorgeous. But I still like to work with my hands all the time. I think gold looks better on this. I actually carry this beautiful oval piece in my shop. But look how beautiful. I like this one. I think I might like that gold in there. Either this one or this one I just made. So if you want me to do a tutorial on how I made it a la Liz with my own ideas, I'm going to put just a little bit and put that one in there. But I do like them both, so I could change it later. We'll see. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to use that one in the next. Oh gosh, I just fell in love with this one. And then it's highlighting that tea dye, but this would look gorgeous in there too. But you see, what I think about when I'm making my flowers is I'm thinking about showing the beauty of things. So this is the doilies, and I think I'm going to clean this end up. This is Liz with Crafty Devotion. I hope you enjoyed this session and that you are getting some ideas to make things your own when you're designing, and to use everything that you have, from your doilies to your fabrics. And like I said, I carry a lot of things in my shop. If you want to see a tutorial for me on this, just let me know. I have another one. Oh, so here are my other ones that I made. So I came up with this one, and I carry this rose in my shop, and then these are some beads I carry in my shop. And I use the beads, what I have. I always use what I have. I did the same with this one. This was they talked about making one of these, and it's a bow made out of pearls. Doesn't go with this, but and then I tried this. I'm not sure if I liked this one. It was using that same flower, and I practiced 3 times. I did this with it here, and then I did this with it. I'm not sure if I was satisfied with how this one's looked. I think the beads need to be a little smaller to set more closely inside, but I didn't have smaller beads. I do, but not the way I was using them. So if you would like a tutorial on that, make sure you message me and let me know, and it could be another added-on tutorial. I already know people want to learn how I did my dyeing. There are a lot of people who do dyeing, there are a lot of tutorials out there, but my ombre dyeing, I haven't really seen that in one place with doilies. This is Liz with Crafty Devotion. I will talk to you next time.